Aries, welcome back to my channel, and this is a week ahead reading for the sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus.
Hey loves, and welcome to Heart Love Messages. My name is Crystal. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you are already subscribed here, welcome back. So before we get into the reading, I do want to wish you all a very happy new year. I hope that you all have been having an amazing start to the new year. Also, quick message before we get into the reading. Personal readings are back open. So if you do feel called to receive a personal reading, all of that information will be posted in the description box below, okay? So tonight I have a love message from your person. I'm going to go ahead and pull cards from this deck here just to see how your person is currently feeling, how they are currently viewing you and or your connection, as well as any other important messages that they may have for you at this time, okay? So let's go ahead and get a clear and concise message directly from their heart space. Okay, so the first message we have here is follow your heart. Okay, so at this time, there's a masculine who's feeling very intense emotions about you, because the energy coming through with this card here is kind of heavy. This is someone who's feeling distant from you, and this could be physical or emotional distance here. But what's sticking out is how they are viewing you. They feel that the dynamic of your connection has changed. Yes, I'm getting clearly that things are not the same. This is the energy of a masculine who's had a complete change of heart, and they actually want to let you know what they're feeling right now because they know that this will affect you in some way. This is someone that you maybe feel is not very expressive in nature. So there may have been times where you could feel as if there was something on the tip of their tongue or something that they were being nudged to say or do, but they wouldn't budge or they wouldn't, take any action. And maybe in the past they were comfortable holding things in or even allowing you to assume or fill in the blank space. But something in the energy field has shifted. And not just with them, but with you as well, Divine Feminine. So whether you know it or not, they do feel like you are the cause of this sudden change of heart. And this may be tied to something you're currently doing or just a sudden realization about you. The energy is coming through so heavy because they have been here before, but they feel like they're being pushed to deal with these emotions in a way that may be very uncomfortable for them. So as bad as they would like to do things in the same way that they would in the past, which may be, them using their head or using logic as their driving force, they're being guided or almost pushed to follow their heart in this moment. And this inner nudge they feel is coming directly from their heart space. So something deep within them is guiding them at this time. Yeah, because normally they may have pushed against this intuitive nudge to follow their heart space when it comes to you. But right now, they know that they have to move in a certain way. So this may be much deeper than you know, Divine Feminine. This is the energy of the masculine who's definitely at a crossroads. And there's a lot that they're considering right now. But there's definitely a heavy focus on your energy. This is someone that has the ability to really get lost in their thoughts about you. So much so that they actually wonder if you even know how often they think of you, okay? This masculine's energy is coming through as someone who's very detailed. They may not express everything to you, but they definitely play things over in their minds until it makes sense to them. And then they move according to the conclusions that they make themselves, okay? They're also aware that you're someone who reads them extremely well. And this is a factor about you that kind of keeps them on their toes a bit in this connection. But what's interesting is that right now, while they want to be close to you, there's also this energy of them needing to be alone. So that may be essential for them in making this decision or making this move. It definitely feels like a battle between their heart and their mind, or their ego and their souls here. Very intense energy. So not only do they feel like the dynamic of your connection has changed, they're actively changing how they navigate this connection with you, Divine Feminine. It feels like this may be something that's happening behind the scenes. So even if you are in contact with your person, this is giving you a look at how they are feeling internally, or what they may be holding back from you at this time when it comes to you and your connection, okay? They want you to know that they have had a change of heart, and they made this decision by actually paying attention to where their heart is guiding them at this time, okay? So something is definitely, you know, pulling on your masculine's heartstrings at this time and really driving, you know, their thoughts and their actions. Let's get the next message here. Wow. The next message we have is, this chapter is closed. Okay. Wow. So I'm picking up on a feminine energy that may be wondering what your person's next move is. This is specifically for a feminine who had to pull your energy back. So although you still have feelings for your person, you intuitively felt that it was in your best interest to practice a healthy level of detachment with this masculine. But you still may be unclear on how they really feel about you or what their next move is. Something about both of your energies here is very, very intense, okay? I'm getting that this dynamic has extreme chemistry, where both of you can easily pick up on what the other is feeling and even sometimes thinking. So when you're in one another's presence, you can literally feel the intensity. But I'm getting that they may have a very hard time showing you this, and you may genuinely wonder why they hold back an emotional expression or action. If your person could be 100% honest with you, they will tell you that things have been very challenging for them. And they may not have verbalized this to you, but they feel like it has to do with you in some kind of way. And because they were having a hard time, this indirectly affected your connection with them. Honestly, this past year has been a really pivotal year for the Twin Flame Collective in general, because it was all about relationships. And so this was a major theme of the year. And this is what they were kind of forced to look deeper into, okay? And not only this connection with you, but literally everyone that they are connected to. So there were a lot of things that were brought to the surface that they could no longer ignore. But what's being highlighted here is that you know them very well. You may not know all the details, but you definitely can feel the energy and sense that your connection is about to go in a totally different direction here, and you're right, okay? Some of you may already be aware of this, but I'm getting that your person is in this energy where they desire to completely close out a chapter of their lives. And this is really emotional for them because they were once trying to hold on to this. Something is no longer serving them, and it's getting hard for them to ignore. I feel like this is the most important thing that your masculine wants you to know at this time, that a very specific chapter of their lives is closed, okay? I'm getting something about external, okay? So there may be an external energy here, and this could manifest as a person, place, or a thing. This is something that your person tried very hard to keep separate from you, because they felt like you wouldn't understand or maybe even believe them if they were to tell you the absolute truth about this. Whatever this external energy is, it was definitely indirectly affecting your connection. And they tried to overlook this energy for a while, but the fact that this was bothering you, you know, began to really make them feel uneasy, and so they had to address this. There's this energy of restriction coming through with the feminine energy here. So I definitely feel like you have pulled your energy back in some way. And this is very triggering for them. This is a masculine who loves to be close to you. They love the attention that you give them. There's something about your energy or something about the way that you make them feel, where when you pull your energy back, they really don't like it at all. It really shifts them in a way, okay? Yeah, because the way that you engage them has changed. So this is a masculine that you definitely have in a category of their own. And again, the way that you treat them is sticking out here. You have this way of making them feel very, very special. So when you pull back your energy, or when they can feel like you're not as engaged in them, it literally makes their head spin, okay? And this may be why they are consumed with thoughts of you at this time, like heavy, intense thoughts. Because they may be thinking about how you're allocating your time and also who you may be spending your time with. So the energy coming through is a masculine who's very protective over you, Divine Feminine, but I'm getting that you know this already. So they may have shown you this side of them in the past. But if you're wondering what was bothering your person or why they may have been acting differently towards you, there's definitely external energy here. A person, place, or thing that may be linked to your person's past, okay? But this is deeper here. It's almost as if this energy was linked to a certain version of your person or a chapter of their lives that they have closed. And they want you to know that whatever this is, which may have been a barrier to your connection, is completely closed out or over, okay? I feel like you may have taken a step back to see how your person would actually handle this without your influence. If they would actually, you know, follow their heart space, follow their intuition, and do the right thing, okay? Or if this was something that they would even notice on their own, and they have. There's such clarity with their energy as well. So I definitely feel like the reason they were connected to this external energy is much deeper, or may even be a little complicated, but they held this back from you because they didn't want you to misunderstand their place in this whole situation. But I'm getting clearly that even though they tried to keep this from you, you already felt the energy, okay? You knew that there may have been something that they were not forthcoming with that was going on behind the scenes, and this definitely serves as a confirmation for what your intuition was telling you, okay? It's like they're pretty eager to come through and let you know that a chapter of their lives is closed, something that may have been lingering for a very long time, but also something that they definitely did not want to spill over into what they were trying to build with you here. Let's get the next message. Yeah. The next message we have is, it was all an illusion. Okay, yeah. I'm getting clearly that there actually is a version of your person that you don't know. And until they came in contact with you, this is who they thought they were this whole time. They want you to know that you were the one who brought this to their attention. But there's something about this past year alone that really has been playing on their minds over and over again. It's almost like they can't forget something that you said to them. So you may have verbally expressed this to them. I'm picking up on very vocal, feminine energy. You are someone who is extremely assertive. You feel your energies and you really, really follow your intuitive nudges here, okay? So you definitely may have verbally expressed this to them, that things around them were not as they seem, or that you notice a vast difference in them when they were with you versus when they were not with you, okay? At this time, your masculine may be feeling a range of emotions because on one hand, they're totally at a loss for words, okay, that everything that you said was true. But on the other hand, it's like they actually can't wait to talk to you and actually express to you that you were right in everything that you said. Okay, they really, really want to dissect this. And they also feel a huge energy of relief because these were things that they were trying to keep from you. And I'm not picking this up in a malicious way, but they didn't want whatever this is to taint what they were trying to build with you. But it feels like somewhere along your journey, because they did not directly address this, it definitely spilled over into your connection. And if they were to be 100% honest, this is their biggest regret, okay? They also may be feeling a little angry with themselves because this is something that they actually had to find out the hard way. So this may be the challenging aspect that came through earlier here because they feel like they made the wrong choice in how they handled this. So there was a series of events that took place behind the scenes where your masculine had to learn some very tough lessons. But honestly, I feel like it was supposed to work out this way because it's almost as if they wouldn't have come to this conclusion with so much conviction had it went any other way, okay? And this is why they're so deep in thought about you, because they're trying to figure out how you knew this, okay? Divine Feminine, I'm also getting that you're trying to figure out how you knew this as well. You may not even know how you come into this information about your person, but it's because you both share a chakra system. And with your energy being tapped into the subconscious realm, you can feel things deeply, even when you think you can't. But you're so spiritually inclined that you just know to follow these intuitive nudges instead of questioning yourself. So I'm getting that your decision to pull your energy back was purely intuitive, and you were right in doing so, okay? Because your person has some unfinished business or maybe some loose ends to tie up, and this is something that was way past the expiration date, okay? But it was definitely lingering in their energy, which was why it may have spilled over into your connection, okay? And this is something that is extremely frustrating to them. I'm also getting that moments that they spent away from you has been really, really unbearable. And they really wish that you knew this. And that's why they're choosing to follow their heart and make the tough decisions, because they don't want anything standing in the way of this connection. You're someone that they see a future with. I'm also getting something about your energy, like you really, really make this masculine happy. There's something about your energy that they view as irreplaceable. They feel like you naturally balance them in a way that they've never felt before. So if you felt like there was something going on behind the scenes, you were right. Your person was dealing with a lot of illusions this past year, and that has been their biggest challenge. Trying to really cut through all the illusions to see what was real, to see what was fake, okay? And they have so much clarity at this time, especially about you, okay, and who you are to them. Let's get the next message here. Wow. The next message we have is, you're wrong about me. Wow. There is also, I'm getting something about the throat chakra here. There's like a really vocal type of energy coming through with this masculine. I feel like because they have been shedding skin and clearing a lot of energy, there's some things that they want to express, okay? Because there's a lot of information that's coming out with this reading here. It's almost like they're tying up loose ends. It's almost like they are relaying a lot of things that have gone unsaid within this connection here, okay? So this message is resonating with you so far. Your person wants you to know that you're wrong about them, or whatever you may be thinking about them at this current moment is wrong, okay? But they also know that they are the blame for this because there's been so much misinformation, or there have been many times when they chose to omit the truth because of how they thought you would react. They didn't even give you an opportunity, you know, to choose how you would react to certain information that they presented to you, okay? And they're realizing that they made the wrong choice in doing that. Deep down, they want you to know that you were actually right in how you felt intuitively. But they may have led you to make assumptions about them that weren't true at all. And they're realizing that when they hold back or choose to not be forthcoming with information that could directly affect you, they really don't give you a choice but to pull back and kind of mirror them in this way. So this connection I'm picking up on is really, really intense. And it's because you are so energetically bonded with one another that everything may feel heightened in a sense. But what's being highlighted in their lives right now is that they're kind of upset with themselves because they know that you may be viewing them in a certain light, Divine Feminine. And although this person is coming through as someone who's not easily moved emotionally, when it comes to you, it's a totally different story, okay? They actually care about your opinion of them. And this is simply due to how much respect you have for yourself and how you carry yourself, Divine Feminine. Your person, more than anything, wishes that you got to see the side of them that they were holding back from you. Because them allowing this external energy to kind of hang out in their energy field was acting as a barrier to your connection, and they see that now fully. So if you are still at a distance from your person, physically and or emotionally, or maybe you're in low contact, these are the thoughts that are running on their minds. You have no idea how much this connection has impacted them. But if they were to narrow it down to one thing, okay, this past year, 2022, you in some way have helped them to really unmask all of the illusions within themselves and in their personal lives, and now they can't unsee it. So for some of you, you may not be aware that you did this, but honestly, just aligning with your twin flame will set you on a path to truth, okay? And 2022 was a year with a focus on relationships, but more importantly, how we relate to others through our relationships with ourselves, okay? So there is a little bit of an underlying energy of anger here coming through with this masculine, but it's directed at themselves for how they mishandled, you know, your energy at certain points within your connection. But where they are right now, they really want you to have a better understanding of their position and kind of what it's been like on their side navigating this journey without judgment, okay? Let's get the next message here. So the next message we have is, I can't believe I found you. Yeah, you both have been through some ups and downs this year. But Divine Feminine, your main focus has been attracting exactly what's for you. And this is why you may have pulled your energy back. Your magnetism has risen so much this year that this may have brought a lot of attention from this masculine energy here, but also from people from your past or others who want to be a part of your future. You may have very well been put in this position to choose. And so it's almost as if a higher power is coming through, letting you know that this was absolutely designed this way in order for you to find yourself, so that you can feel energetically who's for you and who's not for you. And what's interesting is that this masculine here seems to have been put in the same position, but their journey may have been translated way differently from yours. And this is why they want to come through and let you know that there are some assumptions that you may have made about them or about where they are on their personal journey, but you actually have no idea what they've been going through behind the scenes. They've come into the awareness to know what it feels like to follow their ego instead of following their heart space. And now that they've taken a step back, they realize that their heart was always guiding them to you, okay? This is why they felt such intense emotions, because unlike other connections, they're not able to be dishonest with you. So they may find ways to omit information, but it never sits well with them. It's almost as if their souls won't let them rest until they handle you properly, okay? So regardless of where you are right now on this journey, you have their full attention. And it feels like the universe may have took them on a detour to properly heal and fully shed the skin of who they used to be, so that they can step fully into who they are becoming, okay? This energy is very, very beautiful, okay? Especially closing out 2022, I definitely feel like this is a masculine who really may not have been very emotionally expressive in this past year. And so stepping into this new year, 2023 being a universal year 7 is a swift change from 2022. And so that really explains this sense of urgency that they feel, where they feel like they have to kind of fill in the space. Any type of voice that they left in this connection, any type of information that you intuitively picked up on Divine Feminine. But as a feminine energy, sometimes we just need to hear. You know, we need to be confirmed. We need to be reaffirmed in that way. And I feel like this masculine is looking back at a lot of things that they didn't say or a lot of things that they didn't do simply because they still were hanging out in this kind of in-between space. You know, wanting to build something new, wanting to have this new experience, but also still kind of holding on to this version of them that was way past the expiration date. And the thing about it is the energy that you continue to bask in will attract you to certain people, certain places, certain things. And so when you align with your person, it's literally a whole new world. And so if you were wondering if your person was kind of going through things behind the scenes, you kind of felt like they weren't being forthcoming. And this is not in a malicious way. I don't pick up on malicious type of energy at all. But I definitely feel the energy of this masculine shedding skin and stepping fully into who God called them to be, but also having to let go of that old version of them. And that may have been a very, very difficult challenge, okay? And I feel like that was an example of how 2022 was about recalibration. It was about integration of energies. It was about love, relationships, especially the relationship we have with ourselves, but also with other people. And so a lot of things that they may have been holding back, consciously or unconsciously, literally showed up within their energy field to be addressed. And they had to make a powerful choice, okay? And I feel like this is letting you in on their mental and emotional process, what that looked like for them, how they felt behind the scenes, how they felt in those moments where they could be standing right across from you. You could be looking in their eyes and feeling that their soul is wanting to communicate something with you, but their physical body is being resistant. Their ego is being resistant, okay? I feel like this is them opening up their hearts and really letting you inside, okay? Beautiful energy. Let's get the next message here, the last message. Wow. So the last message we have is, I'm ready to face you. Yeah, this energy is just extremely beautiful, okay? You are the end game for them, Divine Feminine. I keep getting if you only knew. So they really want you to know how they feel about you, how they view you, and what you really mean to them. Because although this is a very intense connection, you may have no idea just how much this masculine loves you. And that's totally understandable because of the things that have transpired. There's a very light energy coming through with this card here. It's almost as if they feel free. And this is a feeling that they correlate with you, Divine Feminine. This is why this connection is so powerful, because once you experience love on this level, it's literally hard to go back to anything else. And this is what they've been battling behind the scenes, wanting to have this new beginning with you, but also still feeling tied to a version of them that they no longer resonate with. This past year may have been one of the hardest of their lives, where they literally had to face all of their decisions, okay? They had to choose love or they had to choose fear. And this is the energy of the masculine who has chosen to follow their heart space. And they're worried about what this process looked like to you from the outside looking in. But right now where they are, they're ready and willing to face you and share this experience, hoping that you will understand, okay? And this masculine, there's such a restrictive energy that they were in, because I'm picking up on a masculine that has a very tough exterior, okay? Almost impenetrable. But when it comes to you, especially being in your presence, looking in your eyes, something about that really opens their heart and makes them feel extremely vulnerable, okay? And they're ready for more of that. And they hope that you are too, okay? This is a masculine who's very stoic. They're not the type to let you know everything that's going on with them, because they like to handle things by themselves. This is someone who thinks about the end game. This is someone who is a doer, okay? Very logical, very strategic. But at the same time, they honestly feel like you have no idea of the effect that you have on them. You possess this energy that really elevates them. And although they view you as someone who is extremely down to earth, someone who is extremely nurturing, they know what it took for you to become that person. Okay? So it's almost like they're at this place where they want to kind of impress you, Divine Feminine, or they want to show you that they are exactly who you think they are, or who your soul told you that they are, okay? A lot of times when we think about the masculine energy, we think about the exterior. We think about them being very dominant. But this energy that I'm picking up on, externally, they fit all of those characteristics. But they're very gentle in nature, okay? And this is the side that you bring out of them naturally. It's like they really seek to love and protect and provide for you. When they think about you, they think about the end game. They think about the long game, okay, of you being happy together, of you building a life together, okay, where you don't have to do anything or be anything but yourself. They simply view your energy as an asset. And so if there's anything that they want you to know, it's that this past year has been very, very powerful, but also very challenging for them. Because everything that you may have intuitively picked up on as being superficial or as an illusion, they now see it too. And whether you know it or not, this makes them love you even more, because your gifts and your foresight is an asset, okay? Not only do you have the ability to really see what's happening in the world, you can really see what's happening with them and the people around you. You pick up on things that may pass other people by easily, okay? I just keep getting that they really wish you could see yourself the way they see you. So at this time, your person is viewing you in such a positive, beautiful light, divine feminine. It's like they've had this change of heart, but this is happening in such an organic way that they feel just such a range of emotions at this time. So although you may be at a distance from them, they're absolutely ready to face you, okay? And they're hoping that you're ready to face them as well. This is definitely just a really, really organic place that your person is in, where their heart is fully opening. They've made the conscious decision to follow their heart space, okay? And I definitely feel like you will feel this energy shift in your connection, and your person, you'll feel this within your person as well, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and end the reading here. If you resonated with this message, be sure to hit the like button on the way out. Thank you all for watching. I'm also wishing you a very, very happy new year, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.